Hi, how you doing? Welcome to another podcast of Love and Stuff. This is episode 7. We are here recording another podcast.
Yes, my name's Max.
I'm Shayne, and this is Love and Stuff. The
Welcome.
podcast where we talk about love
And stuff.
and things.
Yeah.
But you can't call it love, stuff, and things because that would be too long of a title.
Yeah. Also, stuff and things can be thought of as
They're
the
pretty
same.
much the same thing,
Yeah.
I think.
They're synonymous.
Yes.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
synonymous. Wow,
Synonymous, yeah.
So you used a big word there.
I am good with words.
Wow, you are a words master.
Yeah.
So, but before we get any further into this party, we need to give a shout out to our sponsors. Max, tell us what those crazy Croatians have in store for us.
Yeah, so our first sponsor is the Tourism and Commerce Board of Croatia.
Croatia.
Yeah. Which would like to remind you yet again, because apparently people didn't believe it the first time, they would like to remind you yet again that Croatia does not have a problem with landmines. Many countries in the Balkans have a problem with landmines. Go to Bosnia, step on a landmine.
Get blown up. That's not a cool vacation.
No. Go to Montenegro, step on a landmine.
Get blown up.
Yep.
That's not cool.
Yeah. Go to Croatia, enjoy some salmonella-free chicken.
Nice.
And don't step on any landmines.
And have that fancy grape juice drink.
Yeah, Rocky.
Rocky.
Yeah.
Yeah, have some Rocky.
Yeah.
And be landmine free.
Landmine
and
free.
Enjoy your
It's
vacation.
the way to be.
Because I heard the water in Croatia, like the seawater in Croatia,
Is salty?
is salty, but it's like Pierce blue, like in Hawaii, where you could actually see down to the bottom of the ocean.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you want to see the bottom of the Adriatic, go to Croatia.
There you go. We are also sponsored by Dave's Lube.
Dave's Lube.
Dave's Lube. So yes, we are here. We are getting into this. So we have a question, and our question comes from Anonymous.
Anonymous?
Anonymous.
All right.
I don't know if they're too embarrassed to ask a question, with their name at the end of it. I don't know, but
They could have at least come up with a pseudonym.
No,
We could come up with a pseudonym.
maybe, but it just says Anonymous at the end of the email.
Yeah, but let's just make up a name.
Go ahead.
Cornelius.
Cornelius? You mean like from Fight Club?
There's a Cornelius in Fight
Well,
Club?
that was one of Edward Norton's characters. That was one of his aliases when he went to all the 12-step groups.
Cornelius.
Cornelius.
All right.
So, anyway.
So Cornelius
So
from
good old
Kalamazoo.
From Kalamazoo. Why are we always in Michigan? Why can't we ever get out of
Why
Michigan?
not?
What about Wichita Falls, Texas?
Texas?
Wichita Falls.
I think that's in Kansas.
Okay, Wichita Falls, Kansas. I don't care.
Maybe it's in Missouri.
Maybe. I don't
Maybe
care.
it's in Nebraska.
How about Sioux Falls, South Dakota?
Okay. Why not Kalamazoo?
Because
Michigan is a wonderful state.
yes, but we abuse Michigan.
We don't abuse Michigan. I've never said a bad thing about Michigan.
Yeah. Hey, look, if it's ever summer and you want to go to a really cool trip, go to Michigan.
Yeah, especially the Upper Peninsula. It is fantastic.
Don't drink the water.
Don't drink the water.
Anyway, so now that we're back, Cornelius from Kalamazoo,
Yeah,
Michigan,
yeah.
wants to know manscaping or grooming in the
Grooming.
private areas.
Kind of.
Should I or shouldn't I?
Yeah.
That's what he says.
All right.
And what's your experience?
My experience
Yes.
is, I have. Listen, I've gone every which way with the grooming.
You have to.
I've done bare as a baby's bottom.
Right, that takes a little skill.
I had a technique.
Did you?
Yeah.
Because I just used a big razor.
You see, that can leave you with razor burn. It gets all itchy, and
Well,
I don't like
hence why.
that.
You know what I found out that works really well, though?
What?
What kind of razor works really well?
What?
It's like a Mach 3.
I know I've done it. I get the razor burn.
I have a whole like little trimming kit at home.
I'm saying my pubes area is sensitive.
Yeah, mine is
To
too.
razors.
That's why I have a whole little kit
All right. But
to trim, to like,
you want to hear my secret?
lay it on me.
Nair.
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 Doesn't that hurt?
Well,
It's like getting it waxed.
it's not like getting it waxed. It kind of melts the hair and then you just wipe it off.
But it hurts.
No. It hurts if you, listen, it can hurt if you fuck up.
Right. And did you ever fuck up?
I once gave myself a chemical burn on my nuts.
That must not have been felt good walking around like that.
No, it felt horrible.
How long did it last?
It was, the pain really only lasted about an hour, but it was one of the most uncomfortable hours of my life.
I bet.
Yeah.
That must have just been horrible. See, that's why I've never used products like that. I've stuck to the old school.
Yeah,
I
got a
nuts.
chemical burn all over my nuts and my inner thighs.
Yeah, see, that's why I've never done chemical stuff. Just shave them. Throw a little shaving cream. I am really skilled.
I mean, when you come down to it, a little razor burn is not as bad as a chemical burn on your nuts.
Right. So, Yeah.
But if you do it right, no burns.
Right.
No problem.
Right.
You just put it on, you wipe it off, you're good to go.
Right. You just walk out the door all fresh and clean,
Walk out the door,
smooth as a baby's butt.
All fresh and clean, smooth as a baby's butt. Like
Not a care in the world.
the day you came out of your mama's womb.
Not a care in the world.
Not a care in the world.
I actually feel better when I'm all nice and trim. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you could walk out in the world a little more confident.
Yeah.
A little more like, I'm ready to take on this day.
Yeah, and like the bear is a baby's butt thing, that was a young man's game for me.
Yeah, I don't do that anymore.
Now I'm a little more seasoned.
Right.
And I just do a nice trimming.
Just a nice little trim.
Yeah. But I've gone every which way. I've done like au natural.
Right.
Like John Lennon and Yoko Ono.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Just let it grow all hippie like.
Just let it go.
Like you can put dreadlocks down there and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had it like that too, where you could just dread that shit up. I actually knew a guy that a friend of mine, her boyfriend was trying to do that with his pubes.
To dread his pubes?
Yes.
That's disgusting.
Yes.
I once
And
had
I
a
don't
girl.
know how I knew that, why she told me that. I was just like, why are you telling me this?
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to know that about
Well,
my
I
friend.
mean, it's an interesting fact.
Right.
I enjoy learning interesting things about my friends.
Right.
Let me tell you an interesting thing about mine. Back when I was in my au natural phase,
Right.
a girl braided my pubes. Not all of them, just some of them.
Just some of them?
Just for shits and giggles.
Right. Just sat there all willy-nilly.
Yeah. Well, at first I was excited. I thought she was going to be doing something, you know, something fun.
Yeah, nothing.
And then I'm like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "Oh, I'm braiding."
And you got nothing out of the deal?
No. I mean, probably later, but
That just would just be like the worst case of blue balls in the world.
well, no, because there's actually nothing erotic about having your pubes braided.
There's nothing erotic, but just a woman touching the area in general is kind of arousing to me.
Yes, but when they're braiding your pubes, you're like, this is odd, and it takes all the arousal away.
I bet, yeah, I could see that. Unless you're kind of into some fetishes.
Right, yeah, there's something for everybody.
Right.
And everybody's,
Right.
if
There's
it
people
exists,
with there's
someone's
people with
into
like
it.
balloon fetishes.
Yeah.
They get off on like rubbing the balloon against their body.
Balloon fetishes,
Yeah.
cake farting, and pubic braiding.
Is pubic braiding a thing?
Everything's a thing.
Right, it's the new millennium.
Listen, man, it is. And if it exists, it's a thing for somebody.
Right.
Like somebody is like going around to ladies like, braid my pubes.
There probably is.
Yeah.
There's probably some dude that'll put an ad on Craigslist like single white male seeking female to braid my pubes, no intercourse.
Yeah, exactly.
This is a true ad.
Yeah. And there's probably
email me if you would like it.
and there's probably girls out there that are like, "Oh, I love braiding
Right.
and I like men, but I don't like intercourse. So, I'm going to do this."
I bet some woman could actually make a living being a professional pubic hair braider.
Yeah. I mean, maybe. You'd probably have to be willing to travel.
Right, like if you specialize in that. But I bet if there's guys desperate that really get into having their pubic hairs braided,
They'd pay good money.
they'd pay good money and they'd
Good
pay
money.
for to fly out.
Yeah.
So I think, some if you know a female that's into braiding, you might want to get her to look into professional pubic hair braiding.
I know. Just throw out a nationwide Craigslist ad.
Yeah. Hello, Craigslist. We are looking for somebody to come. We are looking for to braid our pubic hairs.
Yeah.
So that's what I would do. I mean, I've never had my pubic hairs braided.
I have.
Well, I know. We just spent 10 minutes talking about you having your pubic hairs braided.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah. So, but I haven't.
Okay.
So, but what I have done is I've given myself a little, mohawk down there.
Mohawk?
Yeah.
Like a landing strip?
Yeah. Just pew.
All right.
So, and it wasn't so cool. Not on a dude. It doesn't like if a girl does it, it looks kind of sexy. But like if a dude does it, it doesn't. It just no.
You know what I've done? I've like shaped and defined the surrounding area, right? Like
Right.
you would do with a beard.
Yeah.
Like clean up the neck and stuff, just
Right.
so it looks less sloppy.
Right.
I've done that.
Right. I have too.
Yeah.
Right. You don't want it to be all sloppy when somebody goes down there.
No.
So, But back to Cornelius's question:
Cornelius, back to your question.
should he do it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think the same way. Unless it's to a point, because sometimes if you haven't done it ever, like if you're a dude and you haven't done it ever, it might be really bad down there.
Well,
And it might take a little while.
you're just trimming hair.
Yeah, but if you don't have experience doing it, you're going to probably wind up going bald because you're going to mess up. But here's the beautiful part about manscaping that I've learned. It's like you can mess up, but like if that's like, and it could be a couple days and nobody will notice.
It's hair, it grows back.
Yeah.
And also, like once say you're with somebody and you get to the pants off phase,
Right.
once you're that far, nobody's going to be like, "Oh, I don't like the way you groomed. Let's call this off."
Right.
Once you're at the pants off phase, you're pretty much good to go.
Right. I actually know somebody that ended a relationship because of grooming.
In what way?
know-
Elaborate.
Well, elaborate in the fact that it wasn't groomed at all. And when she approached said individual about the grooming situation, he said, "No, I'm not going to do it. I'm against doing any of that stuff." And she was like, "Dude, I can't handle it."
It's so like, just trim your fucking shit, man.
No, he wouldn't do it.
Why? All right, whatever.
Just wouldn't do it. Was adamantly against it.
I'm not gonna lose a girlfriend because I ain't gonna
Well,
trim
they
my
weren't really
shit.
boyfriend and girlfriend. They were just kind of hooking up.
Okay.
And she was like, I take time to, make sure I'm all ready down there and it's
Yeah.
all nice and clean for him. And he loves that.
And it's not like it takes that much time.
Yeah. And do you know what it feels like to have hairy going against non-hairy?
It feels funny, I'm sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
According to her, it felt gross.
Okay.
So she called him out on it. He was like, "Nope, but not gonna do it. Never have, never will."
You know what? The guy's depriving himself.
He is.
All right, we're back from our little break.
Right.
A mic went out.
Yes.
So
Mike snafu.
it was very abrupt.
Yeah.
So we took kind of a break, and now we're back.
That's probably why you didn't hear anything there for a minute.
Yeah.
If you're on the radio.
Well, I'm sure we're gonna cut the blank
Right.
space out,
Right. So why'd you just explain all that if we're just going to cut all that out?
so people aren't confused.
Well, how would they be confused if we're just going to edit and they wouldn't know? But
Because-
you just went in this long explanation.
Because we're talking about something 1 minute, and the next minute,
It's not like we're live.
no,
We're
but
going to edit this.
yeah, but you can't do like a seamless edit from mid-sentence cutout to
Well,
the
if you have
next.
an expert editor, you can.
Listen, man, listen.
But what were we talking about? I totally lost my train of thought. I know we were talking about something about manscaping.
Something to do with manscaping.
And we were talking about answering Cornelius's question, even though it's anonymous.
Oh yeah, so I had a little point I wanted to make.
Right.
If a guy refuses to manscape, he's probably at some point depriving himself of a second encounter with somebody.
Right. He's also depriving himself of an extra 10, 15 minutes in the bathroom where he can have some peace and solitude.
Well, you could do that without trimming your pubes.
Right.
You could just stand there.
That would just be weird. I just picture this guy in this steamy shower just standing in the middle of the bathroom.
Yeah.
Like, "Hey, what are you doing?" "Standing here."
Maybe staring at himself in the
Yeah.
mirror.
Or maybe just standing there, like just by the toilet in the shower, just standing there.
Well, you could play some music,
Well, maybe.
maybe dance a little bit.
Maybe. But I mean, I don't know. I find that extra 10, 15 minutes of when you're doing that trimming, you're like, you know, it gives you an extra 10, 15 minutes to kind of chill out because you're concentrating on the trimming.
Yeah, there's something meditative about it.
Yeah.
So long as you don't like miss and
Right. Or you don't nick yourself. It's like hit or miss, man. Cornelius, man, you should definitely go ahead and start trimming down there.
yeah, I recommend it.
I do too.
Also, it's nice having like some trimmed up shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does. It feels good. Like I said earlier, like you go out in the day a little more confident
Yeah.
because, you know, you took care of some business down in that area. It gives you a little more confidence for the ladies. So, you know, but I think we've let this topic run its course.
No, we haven't.
Have we?
I have a little story.
Uh-oh. Max has another story.
I have a little story.
Okay. Tell the story.
So, listen, first I'm going to say I'm not proud of this.
Uh-oh. It's one of those stories, huh?
Yeah.
Did you try shaving your butt hair or something?
No. Well, hey, that brings up a second story.
We only got time for one.
We have as much time as we want.
No.
I'm just gonna go on and on and on.
I got things to do, dude. I'm important.
All right.